thank you so much. Thank you for being with us for the sweetest North American premiere. And now I'm really excited to bring back to the stage the director, Sean Bryce Williams.
I know I got to bring everybody else out. Who's next? Who's next? Nick? Somebody? Nick? Come on, Nick. Nick's there. Nick, thanks again. I see Simon. Simon Rex, please come out. Yeah. Maybe some. Jeremy? Jeremy's in the wing. Jeremy O'Harris. Thank you. Rish Shah. Yes, there he is. I'm guessing Earl Cave. And then Talia Ryder.
I think we got brought up by age, and that was rude.
Not
quite. Almost.
No, I think there's a different order, but we'll discuss it off stage.
Almost.
You sure you didn't forget anyone backstage?
I mean, no, there's people here that
Okay,
should be here.
It's okay. You can call them in or call them out later. I think there's.
I don't want to give away that the entire crowd worked on the movie.
I think no. Some people actually bought tickets.
Yeah.
There's some people we don't know in here.
Hi,
See?
Paul.
Can I start by asking a question before the craziness set in?
My pants. What happened to my pants? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question to Nick.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Yeah, skip me.
Because
this isn't a director's movie, by the way. This is like a whole thing. I mean, it's about me. It's like my story. It's my autobiography. But like, it's really like it was made by a bunch of people. Yes.
But if anything about it like was not pleasing to you, it was my fault. And if anything was sort of heartfelt and sweet, Sean added that.
Okay, so but you wrote the script with or thinking of Sean or working with Sean, or you just wrote the script?
I wrote it thinking of Sean,
okay.
as I am always thinking of
because
Sean.
Because it's his story?
It's both of our stories.
Okay. But can you talk a little bit about how long it took you to write the script and if Sean had any interaction with what?
Sean
He probably had ideas and
Sean, I mean, there's so much that Sean like added. I put the basic like infrastructure down, but Sean was a consummate gag man throughout, and it's hard to say where I end and he begins, but.
And it doesn't matter. And then we have the cast, and then where they begin and end, and it just was a very fluid thing.
No, I mean we were watching. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It starts when we were born, and it ended when the last day of shooting, as far as the script goes. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. God, what a thing to say.
That's fluidity.
Long time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we were watching up in our little opera box up there, and like the great big laugh line, which is Io. Like, the best actress is a woman who says yes. It's like, I didn't write that shit at all. Sadly.
Yeah, the big scene with Io and Jeremy was about a third of a page. And then when they went with it, it was like 6-7 minutes. And it was this amazing thing where you could see they hit every part of the little bit, and then they... Fun surprises.
Did you have anyone in mind, or who did you start with for casting?
Well, when we first started, thinking of the movie, it was all fantasy anyway. So there was no like reality. It was like, okay, who's going to be Florence? It's going to be, it could be somebody that was dead, or something. And then it was like Bradley Cooper. Yes, that's a good idea, right? Why not?
I think he was busy.
It wasn't
with
real.
Show, so.
Yeah, it wasn't real, so it didn't matter. As far as for Lillian, I mean, I think it was just. mean, you know, I shouldn't say these things in front, but it was like, just like some idea of a person that wasn't a real, you know, I don't know. The truth was that Talia was the very first person that I met, you know, talking about the role, you know, which is yeah, I say this, it's like so embarrassing. You should like have to like interview 500 people before you find the person. She actually was the very first person. We talked to other people, but it just went right back to that. So it was, you know, I don't know, when we were writing it, it was like, it was some middle-aged man's idea of what this character is, hoping that a real person would embody it and make it real, you know. I don't know, we didn't know who it was. Nick, help me.
I'm used to doing these in front of non-English speaking crowds.
Yeah, right. And the translation, like, you know, gives you time to think about how to like fix it.
Over this.
Should we do it in French?
Bien sûr.
Oh, I hate his French.
Pourquoi pas?
You can't say that. You watch a lot of movies with subtitles.
Yeah.
You can't really pretend you don't.
I respect the language, I don't speak it.
Okay, can we talk to the cast as well?
Please.
Okay. Okay.
I feel really fortunate to have these guys here because we've done a few screenings and we haven't had them, and it's just like to have the cast talk about it. It's pretty obscene to not have cast speak about the films that they made. So.
No, because I mean, once we see the film finished in the brief version, I have to say, which is great. It's really clear about the path you're taking, about this idea of showing a weird new America and a picaresque journey, which could be like a Candide style, but with Talia incorporating the role. But when you're shooting, you get like part of a script or some ideas, and it changes all the time. So it's probably more difficult for you to embody a character when it's very unstructured. So I wanted to hear, maybe like Talia, to hear about your experience and how you embody and understood the character, and were you happy to improvise, or was it strongly directed, or something like this?
I don't know. This was the most fun I've ever had making a movie. It felt like I figured out what acting meant to me in a lot of ways, and to Lillian, because she's obviously an actress. But yeah, Sean and Nick really trusted me as a teenager when I made this movie. Yeah, I understood Lillian, and they let me fly with that. And I'm really proud of what we made. I think it's a rare thing to be given the level of trust that they gave me in the dialogue and the story beyond the dialogue, and they gave me that gift, and I'm just really proud of what we made.
I mean, you really anchor the film, and I think your performance is so strong that really, as a viewer, we just like follow you and we root for her. And even if sometimes we're like, she's so opaque, and why is she thinking, why is she going this way? But that's why it works, and it's not an easy performance to give.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know, Lillian's like she's a little problematic. And I don't know, you don't get to see a lot of problematic girls on screen, and I understand being problematic, and they let me do that.
Thank you. Simon, what about your amazing part?
Because
it's
not a problematic character.
Oh.
So
Not at all.
it was harder, I think.
I didn't understand most of what I was talking about that he wrote. Quite honestly, I had to do a lot of Googling of words. I still don't even know is it picaresque? What's the word? Picaresque? What's the word?
Picaresque.
Yeah, still don't know what that means. And
You didn't say it, so you didn't have
Yeah,
to know,
exactly.
yeah.
There was a lot of words I still don't know really. I just had to pronounce. It was almost like I was speaking another language. It was like I was doing a French film or something, because it was so foreign, the dialogue that he wrote and the history and all these facts. I just had to do a lot of homework, and it was so long ago now that I actually think I forgot most of it. But at the time, I was smart and learning a lot, and I felt that like I was an intelligent person. it was very humbling. I realized how not smart I am in real life, which is good to be humbled, so thank you, Nick. And of course, Sean let me play a lot.
I didn't understand the words until you said it, cool. Actually. You had to translate it to me, honestly.
Okay.
No,
I was the translator for Nick too.
Even still, when we were editing it, I was still figuring out what some of it meant. Yeah. And we cut the stuff out that I didn't understand.
I still miss D'Annunzio et Fiume.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I like learning about that, but we had to cut it out because it was just too much.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff cut out that was too much. I believe. To play a professor who's a Nazi sympathizer, white supremacist. That was, I'm half Jewish. That was not.
We didn't know that also when we cast you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have cast you
3 days. We were editing it. I was like, we can
Nazi?
tell in this shot, right?
Right. Go profile. So it was just fun. Sean was just opening my ideas, kind of letting me play with it, suggest stuff. It was nice. I just felt like a very fun, loose setting. When the movie was shot separately by several months, if I'm not mistaken, you shot seasonally like one half of the movie, and then I came on the second half. And so I kind of felt like I was like new to this existing group of people and like late to the party, but everyone welcomed me and was so great. And it's just a great group of people to work with.
We shot seasonally, but you can't tell because it was like 75 degrees in the winter when we shot, and in the spring and the summer. But anyway, we were trying to get like snow, and we were trying to really get, East Coast, you get the seasons, but it didn't really work out. Anyway, it was good we did it that way for other reasons.
You didn't have the budget to bring fake snow?
No, but then we put that in the movie that, you want snow and you don't get it, so part of it.
Jeremy, can you talk about your experience in the film? Sean just mentioned that the lenses, so your parts.
Yeah,
actually, you could have had a few hours as well.
Exactly. No, I actually, before I start, I feel bad that I'm here by myself because I'm not playing one role. I'm playing like a two-headed monster, and Io is in the city, but she couldn't be here for personal reasons. So can everyone in the theater just say, we miss you, Io. We love you. It was such a delight and an honor to be in Sean's world. I've known Sean for a long time. We met right before I applied to grad school. When I was at the McDowell Colony, he was working with Michael Almereyda at the McDowell Colony on their next movie. I think it was Marjorie Prime. Yeah, and they were
I snuck into the colony.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Oops.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, but he was there, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" And like, Michael was like, "Oh, he's the best DP in America." And then I Googled him, and Richard Brody had said the same thing, and I was like, "Ooh, pretension, okay." So I started watching his New York movies, and I realized I had seen some of them, and he became a great friend, like one of my favorite human beings to talk about movies with, talk about weird. His brain is so bizarre. And so when he asked me to do this movie, I said, yes, absolutely. Didn't even read the script. It was totally. Then when I did read my scenes and knew what I was doing, I was so intimidated because I knew I was going to be doing it with Io, who is a true comedian, right? And he kept being like, use the lines, but don't, just improv. You guys have fun. And I was like, got it. She's yes-anding all around. And I had to keep up with her. And it was so, I felt so held and so taken care of by everyone there. And it's so easy to improv about loving an actress when you're looking at baby Isabel Lugiani over here. It's crazy. So yeah, it was very, very fun. It was very chaotic. The scene with the chaos, when we're shooting the scene where I'm yelling about the snow, that was the first stuff we shot. The first stuff I shot was being driven up there on a random Wednesday by the hottest runner you guys had. They did that on purpose. They wanted the pretty one to take me to set so I would get out of my house on time. But I show up and I'm like, wait, what are we doing? We're doing the last scene now. So it was very fun to sort of learn the part in reverse.
Yeah, it sounded it was very difficult for you to improvise anything. I believe it. Can we talk also to you, Rish and and Earl, sorry, about you shot first. Were you're never together in the film?
No, we're not.
No.
Actually, you shot first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was also shot
It was,
in reverse. Okay.
it was backwards.
Okay, so you come last and you came first.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think day one we started with a scene in the forest where we're walking in the woods. Yeah, I was shitting myself. I was so nervous because I was so I'm so fortunate to be part of this film. I'm so grateful to be up here with these guys. I'm a fan of all of them. So
Yeah, me too.
it was. Yeah, it was a really nerve-wracking but beautiful day, and I mean, you saw it. It's stunning, and everything that they've filmed is just picturesque.
Picturesque.
See, it's confusing.
Yeah.
By the way, I knew every word I said in the movie, by the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, look how good of an actor he is. You guys didn't know he was British, did you?
Hey, what about me?
Yeah, both of them.
But yeah. It was really fun. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was the very first scene. We had a stretch of land about from those speakers to here, and we had 3 pages of dialogue. That it's supposed to be a path that they just walk on continuously. So we stretched it out. It was it was good. It's good. And then they end up at that shot in the painting.
Yeah.
That ridiculous shot where they were in a painting all of a sudden, and we wanted to do that practically with mirrors, and we used a 100-year-old technique and
Schuften process.
the Schuften process in the middle of a field, and it didn't really work, but it kind of works. But and everything, all the crew, everyone's just watching. What are you doing? Why are the actors, 50 yards away, and there's a mirror? And anyway, we're working on it.
I must say though,
We're playing.
really fun to play an unintentional creep. Because he's a lover of life, and that's something we spoke about.
Yeah.
He is a lover of life, and he,
To me, he's the most relatable guy in the movie.
he just didn't know how to show that love.
Right, he never learned.
Yeah,
we
he's
talked
just
about
like me,
that.
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess you wanted a guy with loads of dick piercings, so you got him. Yeah, no, again, it was a real pleasure to work with you guys. It was such a laugh. And yeah, Talia,
It was
you
the
were
hardest
amazing.
role to cast.
Huh?
It was the hardest role to cast because we couldn't find anybody.
Well, yeah, you found me.
Yeah. All along, yeah. On the internet. We changed his hair blonde so that no one would recognize him, but yeah.
Is it the first time you're all together on stage watching the film? After watching it? Is it the first time?
Were we all
well,
Cannes?
most-
We
We
all
all
saw
went
it.
to
Was it
together.
good in Cannes? What,
In
you
Cannes, but
were?
we didn't get to talk.
Why they don't let you speak?
And they didn't let us speak, yeah.
We're too
Oh, wait.
The language.
No, it was
yeah.
called
French?
Director's Fortnight, so the director got to speak.
Yeah,
It was chic.
Wait, we didn't talk on stage.
We did a little
We
one.
discovered that
but not with everybody. yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we discovered things about each other in a private
Right.
meeting.
About how? I thought
Yeah.
you were a Dirt Nasty fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Well, because I didn't cast anybody for any of the films they'd been in. I'd never seen anybody in any movie.
How is that possible? You
Because
watch
I don't,
everything.
I don't watch new movies, so I hadn't
You
seen.
watch all your films in 10 years. for
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, but I knew him. I ended up seeing Red Rocket, but after we had already decided to work together. But I knew him from his music career, which my friend Mike Belandic, who's here, hit me to.
Here, I want to meet
Yeah,
Mike.
he's here.
I want to meet
Also-
Mike.
Also, shout
Also,
out Mike because,
Andy Milonakis, I think.
Yeah,
yeah.
Andy Milonakis.
Let's start it.
But I do have to say, I lied. This is not my first time working with Sean. I actually worked with Sean in Mike's movie Job's World, which you guys should get.
Right.
And he grabbed me out of a bar and was like, "We need you in a scene." And so
Yeah,
I did this scene.
because our original guy was in jail, and then but no, I had never. I still haven't seen a lot of them. But and Jacob also, I hadn't seen him in anything till after. It was just people I liked. I don't know. Yeah. Is that so wrong?
No, it's perfect. I mean, I just hope no one will end in jail after what you just said with the last guy.
Oh yeah, no. These are safe people.
Can we ask a final question to Nick, who didn't end up talking that much, even so? You.
For once.
No, it's actually because
Is he
by virtue
torturing
of the
you all the
fact,
time?
no, Sean's been shooting a movie for the last 2.5 months, everybody's had all this, strike stuff going on. So I've just blabbered about this movie so fucking much. And honestly, I feel like really I'd love to hear anybody else's.
He's been representing it and it's like tour in Eastern Europe and everything. It's true, actually, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
It's picaresque.
It's like what? No, when you watch the film now, do you really feel it's like the idea that you had in mind when you?
Yeah,
were
it
working on
completely
it?
rules. No, it's not. No, it's like, it's not at all the thing I had in mind because it's so much bigger and richer and better and more complex than the thing that my fucking little peanut brain came up with, because I had all of these people who, brought their own stuff to it and made it something just so much more fucking incredible than I could have ever imagined. So, like, if I was just watching what I'd imagine on screen, that would have sucked dick extremely hard. I'm watching something that's, like, fucking huge and bigger than anything I could have ever come up with by myself, and it's really cool.
Thank you.
Also, because no one said it, and I'm mad at everyone now. Our movie comes out December 1st at one theater, the IFC Center. Take out your phone, take a picture of this, talk about it, tell everyone, buy a ticket because you guys saw it and you loved it. Maybe you didn't, whatever, lie. But like, let's keep independent cinema by cool people alive because I really like these guys and it's great. So, December 1st.
Thanks, Jeremy.
You're very good in PR and marketing. I
Yeah,
just didn't have the release date. I would have totally done it otherwise. But
PR is what I want to do instead of writing, so.
they're gonna make you walk down the street with like signs, They do this at IFC sometimes, yeah, right? And Sean is tall, so he can do it too, right?
But yeah, we had a few tall guys in this
Very
movie. It was
tall
fun.
cast.
Yeah, it was a tall,
Yes,
yeah.
we're missing Jacob Elordi.
Yeah, we're missing him.
We had a really good death. Keith
He's at
Paulson.
Graceland right now.
Okay.
He was just here, yeah. Keith Paulson also.
He's short compared to those guys.
He's not that short.
He's here.
Well, thank you so much. It's a really great film. I'm really, really excited. We were bringing it here with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.